Thanks, guys. I'm Victoria Rutigliano, joined alongside by Kirby Paulson to talk some NCAA men's ice hockey tournament bracketology. Let's move into the Eastern Regional because Quinnipiac and RIT are playing, as well as Yale and UMass Lowell. Quinnipiac made team history this past weekend, beating Harvard in the ECAC Championship 4-1 to take home its first ever White Law Cup. And then RIT won the Atlantic Division, upsetting Robert Morris in the championship. Robert Morris was the #1 seed. RIT was #5. They beat them 7-4, ensuring then a first-round spot in the NCAA tournament. What do you see coming from these teams?
Well, I think it's important to mention, especially for RIT, is last year in the tournament, they actually beat the #1 overall seed, Minnesota State. So really, when you get to tournament time in college hockey, you never know what's going to happen. It all kind of depends on who's on a hot streak and who's not. But I think I'm going to have to take Quinnipiac in this matchup. Quinnipiac's offense has been absolutely stellar as of late. RIT's defense has struggled a little bit. They were the surprising upset in the Atlantic Hockey Championship. But at the same time, I almost thought that Robert Morris or Holy Cross might win that. So it's a bit of a surprise that RIT's here in the first place. I don't think their offense necessarily has the capabilities to go up against this tough Quinnipiac defense, so I'm going to have to go with Quinnipiac with the advantage here.
And do you see Quinnipiac winning even if Sam Annis isn't in the lineup?
I do. Sam Annis is an absolutely spectacular forward, but at the same time, I think Quinnipiac can roll out 4 very full lines with their depth, and they'll be able to beat RIT.
All right, and then moving on to Yale versus UMass Lowell. Yale hasn't played a lot of hockey in the past couple weeks, lost to Dartmouth in the ECAC quarterfinals, 2-0. And then UMass Lowell, on the other hand, played a lot of hockey this past weekend, went to triple overtime versus Providence in the semifinals, and then lost to Northeastern in the Hockey East Championship. These two teams haven't played since 2013 in the Frozen Four, where Yale actually went on to beat Quinnipiac in the championship. Where do you see these two teams matching up?
Well, I think this is one of the best matchups in the entire national tournament and how the bracket's set up. It's really going to be an absolute thriller. You get 2 of the best defensive teams in the nation and 2 of the best goaltenders as well. Kevin Boyle has been red hot as of late for UMass Lowell. He's made some big-time saves in a big-time conference tournament in Hockey East. And Alex Lyon, of course, he's statistically the best goaltender in the entire league. So I think you're going to see a really good goaltending battle, but at the same time, 2 defensive cores, #1 and 2 in Yale and UMass Lowell, that are going to really kind of show up here. Goals are going to come at a premium. This game could absolutely go to overtime.
John Buccigross actually said that if he was going to put money on anything, it'd be that this game went to overtime. But do you see any specific players jumping out from either squad?
Well, I think for Yale, establishing an offensive front, not just their defensive as well, is going to be important for them. Guys like John Hayden are going to have to come up big and score a couple of goals and get that scoring touch back. But of course, Yale's defense, we continue to talk about it because it's very important. Guys like Rob O'Gara, really the core of that defensive line. So you're really going to see that side. But on the UMass Lowell side, you have guys like C.J. Smith that have constantly found the score sheet this season. They're going to come up big in big situations like this.
Okay, and then moving on to Quinnipiac versus UMass Lowell. These teams haven't played since last year when UMass Lowell took the first game of the regular season and then they tied in the game the next night. Where do you see the teams ending up here?
Well, I did take UMass Lowell over Yale because I do think they have just that much more of an offensive edge. Both teams are exceptional in their goaltending and defense. At the same time, I think UMass Lowell will be able to get the scoring going. This is going to be a very interesting matchup if it does indeed happen. Quinnipiac and UMass Lowell are very similar in that they both have faster styles of play. UMass Lowell, of course, contending with some of the biggest schools in Hockey East. So it's going to be a very close game against a team like Quinnipiac that likes to use their point guys to move the puck quite a bit. And then, of course, Lowell, who has a very strong defense. It's going to be very even matched. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go into extra frames as well.
All right, and so in the end, who do you have?
I took UMass Lowell in the Eastern Regional, and I'll tell you why. I think UMass Lowell has that much more of an edge over Quinnipiac. I saw them play in that triple overtime thrill against Providence, and I saw them play the next night against a red-hot Northeastern team. UMass Lowell does have what it takes to get out of big games like this. They have absolutely exceptional defense like we continue to talk about, but Kevin Boyle really does make a difference for this team. And I think even with the potent Quinnipiac offense, and especially with aggressive shot taking, Boyle will be able to withstand that, and I think he's going to be a key player for UMass Lowell to get them to the Frozen Four.
All right, well, for more information on the UMass Lowell Scouting Report, check out Kirby's article for QBSN on their website. And then check us out on Twitter at Q30 Sports and on our website at Q30television.com. Back to you guys at the desk.